Hi guys, it's Grandmaster Chris. As you know, I love supporting the community and I'm a big advocate for health. So I'm here today on Edgware Road at Kimura's Vegan Treats. All they do is serve natural products, natural foods, and I'm here with my brother. Introduce yourself.
My brother. Good to hear you.
Good to see you.
Yo, I'm Naf Skrilla. This is my son Naeem. I'm the head chef of the plant-based kitchen Kimura's Vegan Treats, and we're based in Cricklewood. So make sure you come and see us anytime, 7 days a week, okay?
Cool. Now that you do the health stuff,
yes.
Obviously, as you know, this is a vegan shop. There's a lot of myths about vegan foods.
There is.
Vegan this, vegan that. It can get your belly fat. So they say.
Yeah.
What makes your food different compared to all the other vegan foods that they're pushing out there?
Well, firstly, we don't cook with oil. We do not use no cooking oil. We only cook with coconut oil and spring water. We do not cook with tap water. So even our soups and our rice and our curries, it's all made with spring water. And let me add, we don't use table salt. We only use Himalayan or natural sea salt.
And you know how I know that you're actually educated? Because I studied epigenetics, and most people don't understand that when you use sunflower oil and you expose it to heat, it produces oxidative stress, and it releases something called free radicals. And free radicals actually mess up every electrons and your enzymes. So after you have this sunflower oil, you can't actually digest. So I know you're very educated in the food that you're doing. Now we're gonna go into the shop. Firstly, before we even keep going, what gave you the passion to start this?
Well, coming from where I came from, there was a lot of destroying the community took place. And now this was my opportunity to replenish the community and replenish people and bring health and vitality back to lives. Happiness through love and no pain, no fear and no death, no bloodshed, no animals. So it's just fruits and vegetable, love and light. And
I'm loving that you're even with your son here, because this is setting an example to your son and to the next generation, that when you have people like Naf Skrilla here going from a change of the life they used to live and opening up this beautiful shop, and we're about to go inside and see some of the treats that we have in there. You ready?
Come on inside, guys.
Let's go.
Let's take a walk. You gonna lead us, son? You lead the way.
Lead the way.
All right. Come on in, my brother. Purple, we choose purple because it was a high vibrational color. So we represent royalty and high vibrational energies.
Firstly, little man just showed us. I want to ask first, as people are very worried about cakes, I've got my gloves on, hygiene. What's this cake made of?
Spelt flour. We use spelt flour to make our cakes.
Spelt flour.
No eggs, no dairy, no milk. Everything's plant-based. Coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
Coconut oil.
This looks beautiful. Let me go to the next one.
That's how.
So you can actually eat cakes and eat healthy cake. What flavor is this?
This is Biscoff.
Biscoff?
Biscoff flavor. Yes. Biscoff is vegan.
Biscoff is vegan?
Biscoff is vegan. That's the only biscuits that I can even eat, and my son, because these are the only biscuits that don't contain animal products.
How about the high range of sugars that's in the Biscoff store?
That's why we choose not to have it every day. This is a nice treat on the weekend. After work on the weekend, come and have a Biscoff cake.
Okay. Now show us some of the ice creams that you have here, because I know I tried the mango ice creams. So can you show us some of the ice creams?
All right, so this is our range of handmade ice creams that we make. You see, everything here is made from plant-based and real fruits. This is our kiwi and lime, raspberry flavor. We got blueberry right here. We got double chocolate. We got mango over here. We got banana and cinnamon. These are all natural, no cow's milk, coconut milk, all made from scratch with real fruits, okay? So come down and try to taste one of these.
I actually tried it yesterday and I brought my little cousin here, and she actually loved it. It's like the best ice cream that I've had.
That's right.
And like I keep saying, I'm an advocate for people that's making a change and giving back in the community, because every person that we change through our speech, through our energy, even through food, because food is also another form of energy that feeds information into the body. So seeing what he's doing here, listen, I'm an advocate. So tell us more about the other foods that you have here, because I have the menu here.
Yeah, we don't answer that question again.
And then afterwards,
okay, I've got the menu here right now. So can you tell us some of the food that you actually serve here? Because I can see here we've got callaloo lentils, barbecue butter beans, chickpea coconut curry, green banana porridge, peanut butter porridge. Can you tell us the benefits of these foods to the guts and to the body?
So we have a wide range of stuff. We don't just do sweet food, we do savory food also. So you can get your Sunday dinners here, your curries, your rice, your pastas, your quinoa. So you see on our menu, I've tried to use Dr. Sebi's list. Dr. Sebi, if you don't know, is one of the grandmaster teachers when it comes to the alkaline lifestyle. So I tried to use the list that he gave us to use, the callaloo, the mushrooms, the butter beans. These are all alkaline ingredients. Chickpeas, green banana, all alkaline. And you should know the difference between alkaline and acidic. So to have a more healthy body, it needs to be consuming and working in an alkaline condition and alkaline environment. So we try to use mainly alkaline ingredients. Though we still have some stuff that's acidic to bring the balance. We have the rice and peas Jamaican style. We have the pasta, the spelt pasta. But we have things like fonio. Enough people don't know about fonio.
Fonio rice. You can do cake with fonio rice.
Yes.
I've educated it. You can actually use it for rice as well. You can use it for cakes. Like fonio is another. It don't have as much starch as normal rice also. Because people are not highly educated in this. This is why I love studying epigenetics, because it actually taught me about foods, how it digests into the system, how it digests into the body, and how it can actually make a difference. And most importantly, to mums, what you eat affects your child. Do you understand? What you take into your body, because they say form implies function. So if you're informed, the baby that you're going to deliver is going to be informed, and the milk that your child has is also going to be informed. So it's about eating these healthy foods to save your generation than the next generation, because we know that one pregnant woman's diet can ripple down and affect up to the next 2 generations. Oh my God, this is powerful. And I'm loving this right now.
Serious business.
Yeah, cut.
All right, so once you come here and you taste some of the food, we're gonna take you around to the real magic in the building, and that's where the restaurant is. So this is the kitchen area, but the real magic's in the back. Let's take a walk. Magic?
Go on.
All right, let's go into the real magic.
Wow. This place looks amazing. Oh my days. This place looks amazing. Look at this. This is coming from someone that I call the OG. I still see him as a bigger brother. We grew up together as well.
Brothers.
We was in the streets together, and he's managed to change his life. Just look at what he's managed to build. So this is a bit off topic now, but I'm just gonna ask you.
Stop. Sit down there.
Let's walk to the VIP. Lovely seating area for you and your family. Can always come and have a meal.
So right now I'm in the lab with who I call an OG, you know, a man that's transitioned and changed. Nav Skrilla, most people know him in Northwest London. I'll say from the early 90s in Stonebridge, your name has been ringing bells, and I'm here with you sitting down. I'm having this intimate interview speaking about how you've transitioned from being in the streets to where you are now. From getting shot at, I know a lot of things has happened to you. How did you manage to transition and make that change?
It was all an internal battle. Sometimes you have to reach turmoil. You have to reach to your lowest point. You have to get to mental illness sometimes can kick in before you actually make the real transition. Sometimes you get pushed into situations that you knew you could have ended in, but you never used precaution. So now you ended up in the deep end, and then you have to swim yourself back. And then all them times you had all the surroundings around you that was there at the time, but you have to swim back by yourself now. You have to push out. You have to make your boat and push out, as we said. So coming from the bottom, and that was after from being at the top. So from being at the top, you have to fall to the bottom to then see real light.
Yes.
You see the real way. You know, not no facade. You know, certain lifestyle was only gonna lead to this anyway. So now I have to find my way back to light, back to a good civil life, back to a good income, back to respect, back to bringing some dignity onto my people, onto the skin color that I have, bringing respect in the community, making other businesses have to look at me and have respect and know, that's the black man that stands firm in the community, running.
So, as you had to go to a dark place, to a deep place to rediscover yourself, if we take it back from the early 90s, your journey, can you tell us step by step? Because most people don't know. You know, I don't really do intimate interviews with people for this long, so to be with you and in your shop, there's even debates going on right now about it's nothing that we're trying to boast about, but if I can remember, you was one of the first, you're like the first person in the UK that I saw with grills, diamond shining grills.
Yeah. I got my first grill when I was 15.
What year was this?
1997.
Wow.
All yellow gold.
All yellow
The
gold.
teachers was looking at me like, where's your parents? Why'd you look like this?
And where was your parents?
My parents was there, but they knew I was about that shiny life.
So at 15, what kind of stuff was you getting up to?
At the age of 15, I was on the estates of Stonebridge, growing up, getting involved in all types of activities, you know, that I don't like to promote, but we all had to go through some things, you get me? So coming from the streets as well, had to find my way out from that. But I always was a kid who had very like creative skills and
was it the phones? What else was these to do again?
The watch phones.
The watch phones. You had that from early, didn't you?
Watch phones before Apple.
So see now that you're seeing the new generations, even I got my first grills. I was a bit late in the grills. I got mine, me and my brother Ade, we got our, was it 2012? So that's way after you. See now that you see the new generation doing the same things, getting grills, trying to get the shines. What advice would you give to them, especially in financial investment that you have this shop as well? What advice would you actually give to them?
I would say getting grills would not be the best investment. And if I was back in that position, I probably could have made a lot more better investments that could have benefited me now. Because, you know, putting your money in other things that can grow over time, you know, seeking financial advice, talking to people who's in certain positions who have certain financial stability behind them, understanding how it actually works, getting into the system, building your credit.
Yes.
Being able to apply for certain things, you know, getting these funds and being able to invest more into your business, or even just getting yourself onto the market of owning a home. You know, back in my days, I remember you could get a mortgage for like 12, 15,000.
Wow.
And I was doing silliness with 12, 15,000. But if I had thought correct, I could have had like 50, 60, 70 houses.
I remember what you was doing. I followed the same footsteps. You was the jewelry, you had that from young, long time ago. A lot of the rappers, the cars, you was the flashiest guy with the cars, and you had a lot of OGs, a lot of older generation gangsters around you. He was backing you and actually pushing you with what you was doing. So obviously you got children yourself right now. How do you feel about obviously the life that we used to live? How do you feel about the actions that we took, how it's affecting the next generation?
Well, a lot of the misleading of the flashy lifestyle and the jewelry and the cars, I was responsible for a lot of that from Northwest, and people thought it was the thing to do, to put a lot of finances and effort into displaying what you have. But over the time, I realized that, you know what, I could have misled my people slightly. Let me get my brain back into the motion of doing the right steps, so I can lead by a good example. Because what's happened now, I've noticed a lot of people want to put their money into things like watches before they put their money into things like property and land. And they want to buy cars before they actually own businesses. And that's a liability.
Yes.
And we need to learn how to invest into assets
Instead of liabilities.
Yes.
This is where financial intelligence is very important, and financial knowledge. Why I say financial knowledge is because having that knowledge and the ability to actually use the knowledge and make the steps towards it. So it's like you said, a Rolex, some of them cost about, you can get some for £20,000, £25,000. Nowadays you can get a mortgage for £5,000.
4% deposit.
4% deposit. But we are too busy, the new generation, flash over the Rolex and say, yes, I've got 25 on my wrist, but your mummy's suffering. The family's suffering.
Still in the council house.
Still in the council house.
People with the biggest cars still got their mum in council house.
And this is where growth actually comes into place. So the next question I'm going to say to you is now, for someone like you who's transitioned, owning a shop is not an easy thing. How did you manage to own these two shops? Because this is just one of the shops that you own. So how did you manage? Because it takes a lot of finances, it takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of energy, a lot of people behind you, and owning a shop, especially in London and in this location, is very expensive. So how did you manage to do that?
Well, it started off in Monk's Park. That's where I first started, in Wembley.
I remember because I came when you had a little kitchen in Wembley, and he made me his first vegan burger. And I actually remember that it was a little kitchen where he started.
Yes. And if you remember, it was a very It wasn't the type of place people would want to come and sit down and eat.
No, it wasn't.
It was bare shabby. But I was still paying I think it was £1,000 a month, building my line, as we say on the street.
Yes.
Building my line, serving the customers, making sure they're happy, phoning them, are you happy? We've got a good deal going on this week. It's just transferable skills.
And you know what makes it so beautiful, yeah? What he just said, he transferred the skills that he learned from the streets into his business. Yes. He just said, building my line. The same way as you're serving customers in the streets, he's serving customers in the shop. And he's serving customers with health. Can you see how powerful that is?
Win-win.
That is a win-win. Yeah. So, obviously, you had to build a line. A lot of this stuff is expensive to do. So if there was someone who wanted to do that, what advice would you give to them in order to start a shop and go through the journey that you did?
To tell the truth, the first steps I did was sign on. Went to the job center and I told them straight, I want to open my business. I need some funding. I need some help. You need to put me on a course. These facilities are available to everyone. So I went to the job center, got myself a coach, explained what I wanted to do. They put me on the course. Got to do my business course.
Was it a business course, yeah?
Yes. They helped me write a business plan. And then they signed me up step by step with startup funding, which is available for everyone who has an idea. Long story short, £25,000 they gave me to start my business.
Wow.
Yes.
A man that's come from the streets, you know? And when I mean the streets, the streets of Stonebridge. So this is why I always say re-education is key. Rewind your brain with new knowledge because it upgrades your brain. Because he had to go to a dark place. Remember, for you to be able to drop your ego to go back and sign on, most people don't even want to sign on because they're too ashamed. Because they think they're going to be looked down upon in our community because they want to be flashy. So if anyone even sees them at the job center. So for someone like yourself to be able to go and sign on, go through the process, do the course, and even end up with that funding, which is available for everyone. Like, please give them the game.
Just get yourself your idea and go to the job center and get yourself a business course. Tell them this is what you want to do. You don't have to just go to the job center to sign on to receive your housing benefit. Whilst you're receiving whatever you're getting, you just tell them, I want to start my business. I'm not going to be doing these job searches you want me to. I need to get help in what I need to do because this is my creative skill set and this is where the market is and I can see it. So take the steps, get yourself up there, do the courses, make the applications, Google it right now, startup funding, UK, get yourself a fund. You can get a grant or you can get a loan.
And you even got AI now as well. No, bro, you can, you know it is, while we're talking. So another question to you that I'm asking for you is, how did you master your ego, become a master of self?
That was one of the biggest challenges because, as you know, Naf Skrilla's a shiny guy. You know? He's pulling off, he's got the bits, you know, the fat whips, and the ladies got to be around. I had to simmer myself.
Pimping since pimping was pimping. Yeah?
I had to remember what £10 an hour was really, what it really meant. Some people are actually doing that every day, and then 20% of that is gone to the government. So being able to remember the real value of money, because it got to a point where making money became boring, and we was making so much money that we was turning down money. We got lazy, The hunger was gone because the money just kept coming, and we're trying other things, and we're blowing the money. We're investing it in that, and we're blowing the money. But because we knew we can always make money, it spoiled us. So we became spoiled from that, and then I had to go to the bottom, get broke, jump on the bus, take the train, get to where I need to go to. Still maintaining my image as this person, Naf Skrilla, because I'm always that person. With or without the money, it doesn't make me. So the money wasn't there. I'm still Naf Skrilla. People still highly respect me. I'm selling chickpeas and butter beans. People's like, rah.
Okay, now we're going to speak on the health benefits of foods. Because as we know, food brings life. Food brings essence. Food is frequency. Food is information. Which when fed into the body, it relates to our energy centers, which starts from your sexual glands, pancreatic glands, your adrenal glands, your thymus, your thyroid, your pineal gland, and pituitary gland. So that's each of your energy centers, and the energies come from the ground all the way up. So give us some more knowledge on food. Chakras, yes, yes.
Well, food is a very important thing. That's why I chose it, because all the time I'm trying to unite my people. I'm like, yo, we need to unite. We need to do something. We need to stick together. Unity is key. But I'm realizing that enough of us ain't vibrating in the good place to begin with, because enough of us are vibrating low, and it's through a lot of the incorrect consumptions. And the food is one of them, like the music and enough other things, but the food is one of them.
See, we're talking about food and music because they both play a role.
Yes.
Because we digest both. As you know, music can transport you to your past. This is the reason why when we used to listen to certain negative music, we was acting in certain negative manners and negative behaviors. And if you've got the frequency of negative music and also negative food going into your system, your whole body composition is going to be imbalanced. And it's not going to be working. So back to the food. What's the best foods that give you life, that give you health, that give you longevity?
The best foods I say to eat would be non-animal product foods. And I know that's hard because I come from a Jamaican family where it's just pure chicken, mutton, goat, oxtail, everything, steamed fish, lobster, them all I got, lobster.
I'm a pescatarian, so you're hitting me right now. I don't eat meat, but I'm a pescatarian, but yes.
But enough of the consumption of the animal products is what leads to long-term illnesses, high blood pressure. All the other illnesses that lead from high blood pressure comes from consumption of animal products. And processed foods.
The processed foods.
Processed foods.
So I'd say this to you as well, yeah. The sugars.
The sugars.
How dangerous are the sugars?
For me, I do consume sugar. I do have a sweet tooth, so I do make my smoothies with a teeny bit of brown sugar. But I do express a lot of energy. See, I'm burning lots of calories.
You're in the gym every day.
I don't even go. I ain't been gym in a while, but every day I still train.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing my star jumps, I'm doing my press ups, I'm doing my burpees, I'm doing my squats, I'm doing sit ups, I'm burning pit, and I'm up and down. So I'm expressing a lot of energy. But if someone's consuming, say, the same amount of sugar as me, and then they're sitting on their phone, and they're sitting on their couch, and they're sitting in the car, and they're not doing no movement, now it's becoming a problem.
And people don't even know, the difference of sugars as well, because you have sucrose, which is the normal white sugar, the refined sugar. Then we have fructose, which is the sugar that you get naturally from the fruits. It's all in the language. And another thing as well, the calories. What's the myth about calories?
Calories.
Because I have my own version of it, so you can tell me.
I say it all depends on your metabolism.
Yeah.
Some people can eat like a packet of crisps, and before you know it, they've burnt that because their metabolism's so fast. But then someone can eat a packet of crisps, and before you know it, their belly's all bloated.
Yeah.
Because their metabolism's slow. So when it comes to the calories thing, I just make sure I consume strictly fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
When it comes to them burgers and chips, crisps, biscuits, chocolate bars, there's chocolate bars that's got like 4,000 calories. And then you put 4,000 calories in fruits and veg, that will fill up a whole table.
100%. And you know what? This is my version with the calories, yeah? Most people look at the calories, but they don't look at the signals in the food. So when you're buying foods to eat, when you look at a chocolate bar, even these processed foods, look at the ingredients, because those ingredients are what's going to signal your genes. Because your genes respond to what they see in the environment. Like epigenetics teaches us that it's the environment that signals our gene expression. So what I'm trying to say is, you can look at the calories, but most importantly, them numbers that they're giving you, it's not the true damage. The true damage is going to be how much sugar is in it. Yeah, how much sunflower oil. Yeah, how much so many different sedative, MSGs, these things that E numbers. These are the things that actually signal your genes to actually make you put on weight and be unhealthy.
And mutate you as well.
Mutate.
And your thought process.
And you know what's crazy about mutation? So back in the days, they used to think that disease came from mutations, right? But now they know that disease don't just come from mutation. They come from mistakes DNA makes while generating copies of itself. So what that actually means is, most of the problems that happen is what you experience in the environment, and that signals your genes how to behave. So we're speaking a bit scientific now, but the point I'm trying to make is, exercise is not important because it burns calories. Exercise is important because it generates the right signals to build lean muscle, tissue, and fat. That's why there's a process called transdifferentiation, where it takes all the fats and it turns it into muscle and other lean bone and tissues. So a lot of people do not actually know what the reasons for that they're eating the foods that they're eating. So they're going into the shops, they're buying food
Because it look good.
because it looks good and it says 300 calories, but in that 300 calories, how many E numbers have you got? How much sunflower? It's like you said, sunflower oil is one of the biggest destroyers with the oxidative stress that it produces. Interferes with hormonal signals and hormonal responses. Females that are pregnant, they carry the womb, they carry the vessel. So my question would be, if you have a precious diamond, would you trust that diamond into a vessel that the captain of the vessel is drunk? They're eating unhealthy foods. Would you trust a captain like that?
And this is why we need to start teaching our people this information, spreading this knowledge, letting them be more aware of, if you've got a Lamborghini, you don't just take it to a Ford, you don't take your Lamborghini to a Peugeot. Or the garage.
Yeah, the back of a garage, isn't it?
You go back to Lamborghini.
You go back to Lamborghini.
And we are people of the earth.
Yes.
We have to go back to the earth. Back to Mama Nature.
Yes.
Things that she makes for
Yes.
us. You see me? Special herbs and plants that we might not even get here in
Yes.
this country. We might have to get them shipped over from wherever.
And you know another funny thing as well, yeah, is all the fruits that they used to laugh to us about eating. For example, back in the days, they used to laugh to us about eating avocados. How much are avocados now?
The healthiest fat to get.
They're
right
healthier
now.
fats to get, and people don't know the difference between healthy fats and unhealthy fats. Can you give us some explanation?
Healthy fats is anything from Mother Nature. Cashew nuts, avocado, papaya,
Yes.
you know. Banana, Bora bananas, the small ones. You know, these are healthy fats. But when you're dealing with the protein shakes and all the next mad things that you want to try and take to give you these muscles, it ain't gonna work.
Please, can we tell them the myth about protein shakes? Because I tell that to people 1,000 times about protein shakes, yeah? What are protein shakes?
Protein shakes is, to me, it's like a chemical combustion of death. You know, you're putting a whole heap of stuff inside you. You read the proper ingredients to a protein shake.
Sugars.
You're gonna read at least 20 ingredients, maybe 50 ingredients. Now, why are you gonna have 50 ingredients when you can get one from nature? Just one.
Because the biggest animals in the world, do they eat meat?
No. And
The
they're
elephants,
strongest.
the giraffes.
And we're not supposed to eat meat. We don't have the digestive system for it.
This is why I say I'm a bit of a hypocrite, because I'm a pescatarian, you know, because I only eat seafood, you know, my sea bass and that. But I'm still a big advocate for the education side and teaching the next generation that we need to bring health, we need to bring life, because when a child is healthy, his brain can function healthily.
Right. And that's why enough of us wouldn't even know why we have these, you know, things attached to us, you know? Why do we keep having stress? Why do we keep having dark thoughts? Why do we keep having scenarios in life that push us into more darker situations? Enough of that actually comes from the food.
The food that you eat, 100%.
You don't even know.
For example, we have an epidemic of ADHD right now. But if you look at a can of Coke, on the back of the can of Coke, it says it may have an adverse effect on the child's attention span.
They're telling you.
So they are telling you that what they're giving to you and your children, it is harming you.
But hear this one. One of the number one reasons why I actually turned into the food industry is because I was taught, which enough of us was taught growing up. We was all living in a heavenly state. And we fell out of that heavenly state because we ate something incorrect.
Yes. Yes.
For some reason, we ate something incorrect and then it gave us this different type of mentality. And from then, we haven't been able to get back.
Let me even put this down to you. One sec. Jaydan, check if the phone is. So let me put this one down to you, yeah? You just spoke about we ate something incorrect. Screen time, I know we're talking about food. It also affects the brain, right?
Yeah.
So most people ate the apple, right? Now, what's in the back of your iPhone?
The apple, and it's been bitten into.
It's been bitten into. So the same apple in the back of an iPhone that's been bitten into is the same apple that we are actually eating. So we don't even realize that we've bitten into the back of that iPhone. That's the apple. So we are programmed by that same apple right now, just like in the Bible, which says that Eve bit the apple. So we've not only messed up ourselves in regards to eating the wrong foods nutritionally, but psychologically and mentally, we are living, because we are no longer living in the present moment, because only in the present moment we can create a new future, a new reality and a new direction. So having these intellectual conversations with Naf Skrilla, myself, I studied epigenetics, I studied a bit of neuroscience, and that's why I can speak on certain foods. It's a privilege and it's a pleasure to be in your shop and to be having this interview. You're like the first person I've done this interview with you like this. We came a long way when I was younger. You helped me out a lot in a lot of things that we used to do. We kept up to a lot of, let me just say, a lot of badness we did. But you see, God is great, the Most High is great, and has brought us together, and me coming to your beautiful shop today has been a great pleasure. And I hope that we can keep sharing this knowledge to the next generation and show them that change is possible. Because if Naf Skrilla with the girls in 1999 or even 1990, whenever it was, can make that change, and I can do it when I came after, who can't make that change?
Prevention is better than cure. Make the change before you're forced to.
My say is, the same thoughts leads to the same choices. So the best advice I'd give to you is, when your genes are healthy, then your body's healthy. When your body's healthy, then your mind is healthy. And when your mind is healthy, you function in optimal body composition. That means you're bringing life into existence. That's my brother.
I love the sound of that, my brother.